So Pet Sematary makes its way into theatres on the 5th of April 2019, and it's one of the most anticipated horror movies for me of 2019, and we just got a glimpse of and a first look of what it's going to look like. We see the cat, we see Gage, we see the mum and dad. So this one stars Jason Clarke and John Lithgow. I love both of those actors, so they're really good. So I'm looking forward to this movie. And looking at the images, I just want to quickly talk about the images that we've seen with the cat and stuff like that, church. So I don't know if it's set in 2019, by the looks of the images, it looks like it's just set in modern day. It's not going to be set in the 80s or anything. I could be wrong, but from what it looks like, I think it's just going to be set modern day. Now, I do love the original Pet Sematary. I absolutely adore Miko Hughes in that movie, and when I watched it as a kid, I thought it was horrible but great to watch. But I'm watching it as an adult and as a parent, that scene involving Gage on the road is just totally heartbreaking and one of the most shocking scenes I've ever seen in a horror movie. Don't know how we're going to see it in this movie, how it's going to show it. Maybe they'll make it more shocking, or maybe we have a watered down version. I don't know, but it will be interesting to see. Now, I'm very much looking forward to this one. Now, looking at these images, it looks like it's going to be a very family orientated movie, and it sounds a bit daft because it is a horror movie, but we're really going to get looking into the cast in this one. As much as I love Pet Sematary, it's one of Stephen King's better adaptation movies of the 80s. I do love that movie, but I just think that bringing it into the modern world is going to hopefully be better. With regards to It, for example, I think they're riding on the success of it, and not in a bad way. I think what they've done with It, they improved on the miniseries. I think and I hope that they're going to do that with Pet Sematary as well. People crap on remakes all the time. I don't see it as a total remake. It will be a remake because we did have a Pet Sematary movie, but it is an adaptation of the Stephen King novel, so there might be things in this movie that was left out of the original movie. I've always fought the corner of It from 2017 not being a remake, and I totally stand by that because that was the first movie adaptation of Stephen King's novel. It wasn't a remake from the It miniseries from 1990. It didn't take its source material from the miniseries, it took its source material from the book, and it was the first movie. So I don't see It as a remake. Pet Sematary is a little bit different because although it takes its source material from the book, there already was a movie existing from the 80s. So yes, it is a remake technically, but yes, I'm looking forward to it. And I know that a lot of people don't like remakes. That might be true. There are some remakes that are really good, even if they're not as good as the original, but there are some remakes that are really good and sometimes surpass the original as well. So never knock a remake until you see it. And I hate when people say, oh, it's going to ruin the original. It can't ruin the original. Like, the original is still intact. You can watch it and enjoy it as many times as you want. It will still be there, just like Pet Sematary. Now, if we look at Church, obviously the cat has changed from the original movie. I've never read the Pet Sematary book, which is good. I will read it on the lead up to the movie. I've done the same with It in 2017, so I'm going to read the book and just to see what I'm kind of going to be looking forward to seeing, and when I watch the movie, what things have been missed out, etc. But the cat, I don't know if the cat was described in the book at all, so I really don't know how the cat looks in the book, if he was described as being what we can see in this image here. So it'll be interesting to see. You can see the cat is on the roads. That's probably going to be the road that Gage will be on in the future in the movie. I'm looking forward to that scene, but I'm also not looking forward to that scene. Now, just looking at these images here, it looks like it's going to be a very character-driven movie. I think we're going to feel for these characters before anything bad happens, and I think that's good because we're going to have to get to know these characters before we make a judgment on if we want them to survive. But yeah, when we look at these characters, we're thinking we're hopefully going to love these characters and hope nothing bad happens to them. I think the best casting decision so far is John Lithgow. I'm really looking forward to seeing him in this movie. I love John Lithgow in almost everything that he's in, even Santa Claus the movie. But this one is going to be a very interesting one for him. I loved him in the Dexter TV series. He was the Zodiac Killer, was it? Or the Trinity Killer or something, I can't remember. But he was fantastic in that, he was excellent, very, very good. So I'm looking forward to seeing him in the Pet Sematary remake. I like this image here, very moody, very dark. Obviously they're in the cemetery just now, Jason Clarke and John Lithgow, and I like the fog, the use of the fog in the background of this film. The mood and the style of this does remind me of It from 2017. And because It was so successful at the box office, I think we're going to get quite big numbers at the box office for Pet Sematary as well. It is the next Stephen King movie adaptation after It. The next big one at least, so I'm looking forward to seeing the box office numbers for this as well. I think it will get a big take at the box office. April is quite a good month for horror at the box office. We had A Quiet Place this year that made big numbers as well, and I think that with Stephen King's name being attached to Pet Sematary and the success of It, then I think no matter how much they've spent on Pet Sematary, I think it's going to be a massive success. Now, just like Halloween, I'm going to be following the Pet Sematary production right up until release date as well, because I'm really looking forward to this one. So what do you think of this one, guys? Are you looking forward to seeing a Pet Sematary semi-remake? Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think of the images as well. Do you think that that makes you want to see the movie more? Or are you just not interested at all? Anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching again. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.